Welcome to the Strange Take, where we talk about all kinds of strange stuff and we give you the strange take on it. Today, this evening, driving and started to notice something, and maybe it's just me, right? Bright fucking headlights, right? Those big, bright headlights. Let me share a story with you. Driving along, and there's a multitude of cars coming, and the headlights are just so bright. I'm like, holy, it's almost blinding me. And I go by, and then I'm going down a darker road, right? And all of a sudden, this guy's driving towards me. He's got these fucking headlights going, right? And as I'm driving up towards him, I'm like, you know what, bud? You gotta have those high beams on. They gotta be on. That has to be your high beams, because I'm fucking going blind here. I'm gonna drive off the road, right? Big accident. Dead man in ditch, leaves wife and son behind, right? All because of fucking headlights he got. So, we're getting a little old school, right? Well, I just grabbed that fucking, my lever on my vehicle here, and I give him a little boop boop with the high beams, right? Like, turn them off, you fucking asshole. Well, oh boy. It's like a bad parking lot fight. It's like you just, a little tiny hatchback pulled up and you flip the guy off and he gets out and he's bigger than the fucking car, right? He gives me the beamers back. Oh boy. I mean, it burned my fucking retinas. I thought I had a sunburn on my face, right? Poof, poof. I swear I had to put on the brakes a bit. I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, you know what? If the cops, how about that? And they're going to pull you over with your super bright headlights, right? And I started to wonder, what is the legal limit for the brightness of your headlights, right? I mean, it was just unbelievable. This guy flashed me these high beams, and I swear it was like an x-ray. I could see my hands. I could see the bones in my hands on the steering wheel, right? I'm not kidding. Was it a fucking UFO? What the fuck was that, right? Anyways, I'm sure we've all been there, right? Everybody's had a little high beam, flick, flick, turn them off, and then you get the fucking sun all of a sudden is in the front of somebody's car, right? Or their truck. Usually it's the big trucks, they got the great big 5 or 6 headlights on each side, and then you go driving by, you're like, oh God, I'm like seeing sunspots after, Well, anyways. Well, what is the legal limit on headlights? I kind of interested, right? Anyways, well, that's fucking just one little topic for tonight on the strange take, right? Bright headlights. Absolutely annoying. I almost could just go down to the store there, down to the, the fucking Canadian Tire or wherever they got a whole bunch of, Napa, get a whole bunch of lights all over my truck. And then when I'm driving towards these people who have these really bright, headlights, and I flick them a little high beam and they give it back to me. And, it's like an x-ray. It's like the fucking, you're right in front of the sun, and you're half blinded. Then you hit your emergency button and you're like, BOOM! You just melt their vehicle. It's so fucking bright, right? You can see it's just absolutely the clearest thing you've ever seen. It's like I got 5 suns from, twice the size of, I'm going to blind you for the rest of your life lights, right? Just, right? I'd be going to jail if I did that, but boy, wouldn't that be nice, right? Well, yeah, bright headlights, at nighttime. What's the legal limit? And do you, as a listener, right? Do you find that distracting, driving at night and the bright headlights are coming at you? I have nice soft headlights, right, on my vehicle. Yeah. My headlights are the kind that you'd want to get a nice blanket and snuggle up in front of and read a nice book, right? Nice and comfy, like that little fire behind the fireplace, or the little glowing embers in a campsite, right? Something like ghetto bird blasting down the heat lamp and taking a look at what's going on. I mean, it's just unbelievable, if you ask me. This is a bit of a rant tonight, everybody. Not really a strange take, but the strange take is that we're even discussing bright headlights, right? Who talks about that on a podcast? Only I do. Cheeky guy. But yeah, I'm sure you could develop. There's got to be some kind of way. If anybody thinks of something, drop me a message, right? Let me know, because it would be a great way to either detour. Now, I bought those as seen on TV glasses. The big yellow ones. You look like you're in Star Wars, gonna fly the X-Wing, or, Luke Skywalker, gonna, in the X-Wing pilot helmet, right? But, they actually weren't too bad. The only problem is they're so big, and you put them on your face, and they're like, you really got, you got some gear on, right? And, but anyways, and then you drive by and they high beam you, and maybe the reflection comes off the glasses and you can aim it like you're the guy off X-Men with the laser eyes, right? And you're like, woo! There's your headlights right back at you. Now, here's a great trick, and I am terrible for this because, I'm not a road rager, right? But I like to get my little punch back, You ever get that fucking asshole behind you with the really bright headlights, and if they're hitting your side mirrors, your rear view mirror, you're like blinded, doesn't matter where you look, this person behind you is blinding you and killing your whole driving experience, right? You listen to your song, maybe you listen to the podcast right now, and you're like, yeah, fuck, I know exactly what Cheeky's talking about, right? Strange takes on top of it. But yeah, you know what you do, right? I learned this from an old buddy. He's a fantastic guy, and he was into his, like I said, his muscle cars and stuff, but he taught me this great trick, right? So while you're cruising along and you're being blinded by the vehicle behind you, you take your little side mirrors, right? And you click on to the first one that's bothering you the most, and you start tipping it away from you, and you can actually see the light like a laser come off your face. And if you tilt those side mirrors enough, you're going to fire those beams of light right back at them. Like you're like in a bad episode of fucking Star Trek, like do all the techno stuff and fire back the energy back at them, right? I mean, oh yeah, I love doing that, and then they go around you and they're trying to figure out, like, why the fuck are my headlights blinding me? It's supposed to be blinding the person driving, right? So, fuck you. Ha ha, I gotcha, right? So there's the side mirror trick, if you want to be a prick, right? If you want to just be nice, well, then just keep driving along being blinded and, suck it up, pumpkin, right? But, anyways, everybody. Yeah, bright headlights, and are they really necessary to be that bright, right? I mean, if a deer was running across the road, you'd see it, and that's for sure. You'd probably see it half mile away, right, with those big, bright fucking headlights. And how about vehicles with, like, multiple headlights on the front? Do you really need that many fucking headlights? Like, should you be driving if you need headlights that bright at night? Maybe you should, like, have to stay at home, right? Wearing your COVID mask inside, too. Yeah, I know. It's one of those nights. It's been a really fun day, fun night. Got to go out with my wife for a little while. We had some fun time, but a little blinded by oncoming traffic, and it's kind of strange, right? Headlights blinding. Anyways, it's all different kinds of headlights nowadays too, right? You could put 2 fucking grow lights into your vehicle sockets, and you go driving along with a big bulb sticking out of the front. You're like, boom, just cranking that light up, and then you could even set it for like different types of light, right? We're going from grow to flower. Click. Oh, is that really bright? Is that what if you just had like a big spotlight on the roof of your vehicle, right? And then the cops are like, well, what do you got with this 60-inch spotlight up on your fucking roof, right? And your whole trunk's full of batteries. And it's like, well, somebody, has bright headlights. I'll give them a little high beam. And if they high beam me, officer, I'm going to turn on my Batman light here, right? And just, Yeah. Kind of running out of stuff to talk about with headlights now, right? How about moonlight? Let's talk about that for a moment, right? Fuck, when you get those in the fall, those harvest moons, they're so fucking bright. It's almost like an eclipse, like you could walk around outside. You don't need your headlights on when you're driving. Let's get back to the headlights. How about driving and forgetting to turn your headlights on in the morning or at night, right? Before the sun's up or it's gone down. Well, I've done that. I actually was just a couple days ago at the intersection, had all my headlights off, and the cops didn't even pull me over right at the intersection. They can look right at me, no headlights on. I'm like, oh my God. So I turned them on, of course, right? Like, oh yeah, I see you guys. Oh, I notice I'm not doing something right. I'm not operating my vehicle properly. Now, if I had those real bright headlights and I turned them on, maybe they would have come on over and pulled me over and give me a hard time. Well, I'm a good guy. I'd be like, oh, I'll take those headlights out, officer. Yeah, anyways. But yeah, driving without your headlights, I mean, that's quite an experience. I remember back when I was young, my dad, he used to say this trick, and he'd pull up behind a semi and turn off the lights, and he called it ghosting. And he'd almost let the vehicle get dragged by the rig in front. I'm a kid. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of scared, but, the old man seemed to have things under control, right? Nowadays, I'd be like, oh, you're fucking crazy. That semi taps his brakes. We're going right in there, We're going to become part of that fucking truck, right? So, anyways. Just something to think about. We're going to cut it a little short tonight, but a little headlight rant on the strange take, right? We don't try to rant too much, but I think it was something worth talking about. So just some thoughts over here we're offering you from the strange take, and that's about it. So hopefully you have a little fun with this. Maybe I had a laugh, or got an experience to share, or an idea, right? Like my side view mirrors, right? That's a good idea, I think. Anyways, everybody, you have a good night from the strange take.